Welcome, anyone and everybody. I got my webcam working. It is not flickering at all. It is, thank God, not flickering. Oh man. Well, let's see where we left off. First, let me hydrate. You gotta always hydrate. I thought you die. You die dehydrated, and it's not a good feeling. Alrighty. So where we left off was parkour. I think it's more suitable just to find parkour meme. Ooh, let's go with moderate, just to be sure. This is the moderate picture. Safe for work. Nothing you can get in trouble in the workplace. Alrighty, let's just keep this in mind. Oh yeah, it's pretty late for me, so let's just turn it down. Oh shoot, I actually don't see my layout on Twitch. Alrighty, let's just keep it on. Besides that, I'll probably lower my brightness on my monitor sometime later. But yeah, let's just go with parkour. This is where we left off. Let me just go back. Actually, let's just make sure that there is some safe content here. You don't want to get any pictures where it is against TOS. Like, shoot. And maybe this is against TOS. Having a lot of references, over 100. Oh, there's not many sources, so shucks. Alright, let's just start from the beginning. Let's see if this actually... my first impressions. Alrighty. BMX? This is BMX. How about this? Let's actually... I will grab one thing. Let me put it into the side. So I can actually check what it is. And not be... Oh, okay. So BMX... So this is what BMX is. This just bicycle brands along with type. Looks like a type. Alrighty. So the BMX City Grounds shopping Olympic BMX racer Alice Willoughby continues to embrace change and overcome hurdles. And let's go with the headline. This is from ESPN 11 days ago. From Charlie Gibson, article October 16, 2020. Yeah. Now 29 completed a time capsule for school. Okay, let me actually show this going places to you. Yeah, that's brands. Brands are actually fighting for equal women's rights so they could work and get money so they could spend more money. More on cars, specifically Toyota, because remember, they owe you. That's capitalism. Alrighty. Looking back, William Body 2-time Olympian 2016 Royal. Sure how she landed on that career aspiration in elementary school. Willoughby played various sports, dabbing, dance, and gymnastics. Okay. So yeah, it talks about just basically the racer. Yeah, continues to embrace change and overcome hurdles in the pursuit of gold. So this is the BMX. Those are racers, so let's go with racers. Cycling Ireland. Some more pro bike of the day. Marina Patrol. A lot of people from different countries and even different ages. Alrighty. Let's just exit out and don't forget we're learning about parkour. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Alrighty. Animation rank, esports, tutorial, war game, GDS, fishing, improv. Okay, social eating. Yeah, let me actually show you. Okay. Let me actually show you guys what this is all about when it comes to looking at tags. So there's radio, mix, thing. How do we put some internet radio, get some background, especially with that fan always just keeps on making noise. Alrighty, gaming news, TwitchCon, drawings. So much I can actually put here, but I actually want to make sure everything is focused. Nail art, photography, animation, ring, skincare, permadeath. Restraints that feature gameplay in which players' characters can permanently die. Permadeath. Okay. Artificial engineer, illustration, art commissions, servers, tutorials, GC. Well, GGC is online, so yeah, I could review that maybe some other day. Social eating. E3. There's probably not going to be E3 anymore. VR. Huh. Am I playing VR? Maybe I am. I don't know. Alrighty. Blue Day. Description. for strains related to the attendance or discussion of the annual Ledum Dare event. Oh. There is pot limit. For strains that feature variation of gameplay in which players can only bet the total size of the pot, including their call. Alright. NG Plus, Techno. Actually, with NGD Plus. Streams that feature gameplay with New Game Plus. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of. Oh, yeah, Game Jam. I know that. Cooking. Is cooking a video game? Oh. Okay, so if there's cooking, there's probably baking because it says non-bakery. I never got the difference between that. Is there a big difference? I cooked and I bake. I cook more, particularly grilling, a lot more than baking. And you know, I do want to actually know more about it. It's actually something I'll probably look into. Woodwork, Unreal Engine. Yeah, that's a popular genre, especially in IRL. Charity, original work, hard mode. Reading aloud. Nope. Congrats, we finally got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Saddam reading aloud Hussein. Alrighty. Well, let's get back to what we're talking. Back to parkour. At least I got that. Just chatting. Course went live. Wiki reading out loud. Alrighty. We got that. Now let's go back to hardcore. I'm gonna briefly start from the beginning, quickly, go fast as I can. Parkour. Parkour is a training discipline using movement that developed from military obstacle course training. Practitioners called tracers or tracers aim to get from one point to another in a complex environment without assistance possible. Parkour includes running, climbing, swinging, vaulting, jumping, plyometrics, rolling, quadrupedal movement crawling, quadruple, and other movements as deemed most suitable for the situation, not to be confused with free running. Parkour's development from military training gives it some aspects of non-competitive martial art. Let me actually put this aside to read briefly once we finish. Alright, second paragraph. Parkour is an effective activity that can be practiced alone or with others and is usually carried out in urban spaces, though it can be done anywhere. Parkour involves seeing one's environment in a new way and imagining the potential for navigating the movement around, across, and through, over, and under its features. Parkour as a type of environment was established by David Bellem in France in 1988. However, the practice of similar movements in various communities around the world leads to discussion of the relevance of such an attribution. This discipline was popularized in the late 90s and 1990s and 2000s through films, documentaries, video games, and advertisements featuring Yakuza. Here's all contents, etymology, history, organizations, philosophies, practice, impact. I'll be going over this. Resources and sources. Now, references. Well, let's see. Also, we just skim over it, see if there's anything I spot, and see if there's anything of point of interest. Etymology. The word parkour derives from parcours duels combatant, obstacle course. Butchering it, then I'll butcher more, as I did before. The classic obstacle course method of military training proposed by Georges Herbert. Raymond Bellem used the term les parcours to encompass all of the training, including climbing, jumping, running, balancing, and other methods he undertook in the personal athletic advancement. So, Jordas and Bella, they're pretty much French. French words. As was part of a physical educator in the French military who developed a system of physical education and training. And that's absolutely la méthode. No, method naturelle. I am sorry. I can't speak French. Yeah, they actually make me wonder, do Canadians who speak French, like, in Eastern Canada, in the Quebec provinces, do they actually get fun of people, let alone also other Caribbean and African countries? No. Alrighty. Left off in 18. His son, David, further developed his father's methods and achieved success as a stuntman, and one day on a film set showed his Speed Airman video of Herbert Croundy. Croundy suggested he change the C of parkours to K because it was stronger and more dynamic, and to remove the silent S for the same reason, forming parkour. Or, to make it more anglicized so more people could actually understand it. Alrighty. A practitioner of parkour is called a traceur, with a feminine for being traceuse. Or traceuse. Traceuse. Alrighty. Pronunciation. I see videos of actually women. Girls training parkour around Project 2009. Worldwide traceurs. Let's go with pronunciation. Alrighty. Now this is Urban Dictionary. And it's not a volatile definition. So, Alrighty, so it's gonna, this is French. You know how I know it's French? French grammar. Alright, how to say source. Okay, it's gonna give me a video. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Traceur.
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 Alrighty. So, in the meantime, let me also put some radio. Let's just go with 24/7 stream. Oh, this is the most popular one. Let's go to the second one. I really like coffee shops. Lower this. Chat. Comment, but no comments. Stream it. Alright. First, let me turn it down. Alrighty, we still got my whole. I muted the music in my end, so let me actually lower it so to make sure it's not showing. Alrighty, let's go with second one. Practitioner of parkour is called a traceur. Form being traceuse. They are nouns derived from the French word tracer, which normally means to trace, as in the tracing path in reference to drawing. Overwatch, the character Tracer, who actually, animation-wise, it does look very artsy. Seeing the effect of her whipping, that's how I imagine that. Other than that, which normally means to trace, as in the tracing path and reference drawing. The verb tracer used familiar means to hurry up. The term tracer was originally the name of a hardcore group headed by David Bell, which included Sebastian Faucon and Stephen Folkrox. Jam referred to the meeting of tracers involving training lasting anywhere from hours to several days, often with people from different cities. The first hardcore jam was organized in July 2002 by Romain Braut with a dozen people, including Sebastian Faucon and Steve. History. Georges Herbert. In Western Europe, a forerunner of parkour was developed by French naval officer Georges Herbert, who before World War I promoted athletic skill based on the models of indigenous tribes that he met in Africa. Get my water. I left at Africa. No worries, I'm coming back to it. He had met in Africa. Noted their bodies was splendid, flexible, nimble, skillful, enduring, and resistant, but yet they have no other tutor in gymnastics but their lives in nature. His rescue efforts during the 1902 eruption of Mount Hilly and Saint-Pierre Manikin, Martin Cool reinforced his belief that athletic skill must be combined with courage and altruism. Herbert became a physical education tutor in the College of Reims in France. Herbert set it up to method, not throw. Natural method. Method, not throw, which is natural method. Session consisting of 10 fundamental groups: walking, running, jumping, quote, quadruple pedal movement, climbing, balancing, throwing, lifting, self-defense, and swimming. So let's see if I can actually imagine this. Learning how to swim, and then punch, swim, punch. That's how you attack a shark. You gotta attack it front on. But in all seriousness, if you are ever in a shark attack, aim for the nose. The nose is a very sensitive part. That's something I had to learn. Session consisting of 10 fundamental groups. Went over to the 10, along with self-defense, punching, swimming, which is just breaststrokes. These were intended to develop the three main forces: energetic, willpower, courage, coolness, and firmness. You gotta be cool. You gotta be firm. Moral, benevolence, persistence, honor, and honesty, and physical, muscles, and breath. During World War I and World War II, teaching continued to expand, becoming the standard system of French military education and training inspired by Parcours du Combattant, military obstacle course, the first of the courses that were now standard in military training and which led to the development of civilian fitness trials and competence courses. Alrighty. Raymond and David Bellum. Born in 1939 in Vietnam, Raymond Bellum was the son of French physician and Vietnamese mother. During the First Indochina War, his father died and he was separated by his mother, after which he was sent to a military orphanage in Dot Lot at the age of 7. He took it upon himself to train harder and longer than everyone else in order to never be a victim. Never be a victim. Never be a victim. At night, when everyone else was asleep, he would be outside running or climbing trees. He would use the military obstacle courses in secret and also create courses of his own. Do this endurance, strength, and flexibility. Doing this enabled him to not only to survive the hardships he experienced during his childhood, but also eventually to thrive after the Battle of Dien Bien Phu in 1954. He returned to France and remained in military education until the age of 19, when he joined the Paris Fire Brigade, a French army unit. 1954, so this was during the first Indochina War, the war against France and Vietnam, because they were colonial power, and local Vietnamese wanted, especially Ho Chi Minh, who's actually in charge with most forces in North Vietnam, actually wanted independence from French colonial rule, and to seek sovereignty with its people. You know, a precursor with U.S. intervention, communist containment, domino effect. That's why I know so much. Still haven't learned much about it, but you know, that's just U.S. history. U.S. history in American public school. Raymond's son, David Bella, was born in 1973. He experimented with gymnastics and athletics, but becoming increasingly disaffected with both school and the sport clubs. As he got older, he claimed to have to read and as yet unconfirmed newspaper clippings that told of his father's exploits, and was increasingly curious about what had enabled his father to accomplish these feats. Through conversations with his father, he realized that what he really wanted was the means to develop skills that would be useful to him in life, rather than his training to kick a ball or perform moves in a padded indoor environment. Through conversations with his father, David learned about his way of training, and that his father called parkours. He heard his father talk of many repetitions he had done in order to find the best way of doing things. He learned that for his father, training was not a game, but something vital which enabled him to go closer. Gotta stretch, gotta do parkour on stream. He heard his father talk to so many repetitions he had done in order to find the best way of doing things. He learned that for his father, training was not a game, but something vital which enabled him to survive and to protect the people he cared about. David realized that this was he had been searching for, and so he began training in the same way. After a time, he found it far more important for him than schooling, and he gave up his other commitments to focus on all his time on his training. You know, it makes sense. Him considering to be a founder of parkour, he spent a lot of time doing it. Alrighty. Should I make a note of something? Okay. Let me. Actually, yeah. Sweet here. Okay, I can see now. That's good. Okay, at least I got that inside as a reminder for myself. Not for you guys, so you don't have to worry. David initially trained on his own. After moving to Lizzis, found other young men, including his cousins, who had similar desires and had began to train together. Alrighty. together. The group eventually included David Bella, Sebastian Faucon, Charles Belladine, William Bella, Jan Hunkthro, Lauren. I'm gonna try to practice it. Still butchering them. Laurent Piemontesi, Golaine Ngolo, Moldolf, and Charles. I can't even say it the second time. The group drew influence from Asian culture, Asian martial arts, notably the acrobatic antics of Jack Chan and the Hong Kong action films, as well as the philosophy of Bruce Lee. Discipline. The group put themselves through challenges that forced them to find the physical and mental strength to succeed. Examples include training without food or water, or sleeping on the floor without a blanket to learn to endure to the cold. For example, no one in the group was permitted to be late for training, as it would hold back the whole group. If any member completed a challenge, everyone else had to do the same thing. During their training, no one was allowed to complain or be negative. Few excuses were allowed. For instance, if someone claimed that his shoes were too worn out in order to make a jump, he had to do it anyway, even if it meant doing the jump barefooted. At the same time, everyone was required to have knowledge on their own limits. Respecting one's health and physical well-being was one of the foundations of the group. If any member hurt themselves during or after the execution of the movement was deemed a failure. You gotta make sure you do everything according to your own strengths. Okay, I'm actually understanding them more. A movement executed only once and was not considered an achievement. Only with repetition with challenge completed, every movement had to be dresseur having to push its limits or sustain an injury. If any mistake was made by any dresseur in the group, everyone had to start all over again. Humility was the important principle. No dresseur was allowed to feel superior over someone else, for example, by executing a movement only to show off in front of someone who could not perform the movement. If any dresseur in the group claimed that he had completed a difficult and dangerous challenge that should not be attempted unaided, he had to prove his claims by doing the challenge again. Everyone who lied violated the principle of humility. To join the group, new members had to be recommended by a 60 member and then pass a test to evaluate their motivation to join it. Despite a huge emphasis on the collective, each dresseur had to progress and develop independently. To create the means to be yourself. Bella and Piera. And there was complete trust within the group. Every dresseur was to encourage the others and to show confidence through their behavior. If a member violated the principles, the offending person to discuss various punishments. Anyone deemed unsuitable could be temporarily or even permanently banned from the group in order to uphold its disciplines and values. Name and split. In 1997, David Bella brought Alright, wait, before I start this, let me actually got this. Okay, it's going good. Outside. Webcam going good. Mic going good. Hydrate. Okay, I got hydrate. Did I get the hydrate? No. Do I need to hydrate some more? No, I just do a bit bad. Good to hydrate. I don't want to get water poisoning. Alright, name and split. In 1997, David Bella's brother Jean Francois invited the group to perform for the public in a firefighter show in Paris. For the performance, the group named themselves Nkanzi, from Congolese lingua ya Kanzi, Yamakanzi, meaning strong to one's. Get me, angel. Yeah, it's angel. Meaning strong in one's person or strong man, strong spirit. Sebastian Falcon, who also invented a name for what they were doing. IR dual displacement. Oh, excuse me. French for art of movement. Firefire performance caused both positive and negative attention. Some members of the group were concerned how the public would view the discipline since the performance did not demonstrate all aspects of it, such as their hard training and their values and ethics. Jean Francois also sent pictures and videos of the group to a French TV program. I keep on seeing this. Actually, let's go with the kick. To arrange or furnish a program and for it. Okay, so let's see what's the difference. Programming versus program. What's the difference? Alright, so nope, I am good. In American English, program is the correct spelling. In Australian English, programming are both acceptable. In British English, programming is the preferred spelling, although program is often used in computing contexts. Alright, so as living in America, Alright, let's go with how do you pronounce it? Okay, pronunciation English. I don't need to do it.
Program.
Program.
Program. Program.
That is over nouns, verbs, it's pretty much the same. Program. Yeah. Something I know. Something I learned. Group to a French program, and the popularity of parkour began to increase. A series of television programs in various countries subsequently featured video footage of the group, and they began to get more respect for performances. During this time, Sebastian Falcon wanted to teach more rather than to train more, and David Bella had the ambition to become an actor. David and Sebastian chose to leave the group and use the name Parkour to describe their activity. See and above. The 7 remaining Yakuza members continue to use the term art dual displacements. There are etymologies, all that jazz. Organizations. National parkour organizations include the World Free Running and Parkour Federation, established in 2007, who had worked with MTV to produce parkour-related shows. International Gymnastics Federation, FIG, F-I-G, FIG, figure that out, added parkour as one of their disciplines in 2017, receiving much opposition. The program includes speedrun, sprint, and freestyle. They launched FIG Parkour World Cup in 2018. First event was held on 6 through 8 April 2018. The first Parkour World Champions, page does not exist. Oh well. Was scheduled to take place in Hiroshima, Japan on 3 through 5 April 2020, but has been postponed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Parkour will also make its World Game. Remember that. Not just you, but also to me. Remember you webcam. Every time I see your face, I gotta remember that. I can remember. I gotta see your. Just write a little note. 2020 World Games. Actually, Let me actually just write it down since I have his notes here. So I can actually just probably put in my calendar, or at least tell people about it. They like how I like to bring up things that really blows their mind. Why? Because it blows my mind too. Alrighty. Philosophy. According to Williams Bellet, the philosophies and theories behind parkour are an integral aspect of the art, one that many non-practitioners have never been exposed to. Bellet says he trains people because he wanted to be alive and for people to use it. Alrighty. Come on. Okay. Got that. To be alive and for people to use it. Charles Bella explains his Bella explains it as the type of freedom or cognitive expression that parkour is only a state of mind rather than a set of to-do actions, and that it is about overcoming and adapting in mental and emotional obstacles as well as the physical barriers. Professor Dylan Baker says parkour also influences one's thought processes by enhancing self-confidence and critical thinking that allows one to overcome everyday physical and mental obstacles. A study by neuropsych 3D in front. Okay, let me hide the neuropsych 3D en France in the psychiatric of childhood and adolescence in France found stressors seek more excitement in leadership situations than gymnasts do. Yeah, sort of see that goes. Besides the philosophy and all that stuff, you also have to endure other elements instead of control environment, like in a gym, rather than the outdoor nature. Yeah, that reminds me of running this morning. I actually have to just get my body quantized and think also mind over matter. So yeah, it's a real thing. A real thing where facing elements and stuff will make you harden. With a cold, it's like literally. Academic research on parkour has tended to describe how parkour provides a novel way of interacting meaning of urban space, metropolitan life, and embodiment. It's not bottom pit. Embodiment. The newer conventional parkour philosophy has an idea of human acclimation, and the genre of urban evolution classifies it as a means of proclaiming that it means to be a human being. It teaches us to move using the natural methods that we should have learned from it and to interact with it. Instead, another Tresor writes, it is as much a part of true learning the physical art as well as being able to master the movements. It gives you the ability to overcome your fears and pain and reapplying this to life, as you must be able to control your mind in order to master the art of the parkour. So here's some martial art. This is philosophy. Competition. Alrighty. The campaign was started on 1 May 2007 to 007 by the Parkour Net portal to preserve parkour's philosophy against sports, competition, and rivalry. In the words of Aaron DeCoro, Competition pushes people to fight against others for the satisfaction of a crowd and for the benefit of a few business people by changing its mindset. Parkour is unique and cannot be a competitive sport unless it ignores the altruistic core of self-development. If parkour becomes a sport, it is hard to seriously activity, and a new sport will be spread that may be called parkour, but that won't hold its philosophical essence anymore. Red Bull sponsor athlete parkour Ryan.
Plateaus. Plateaus.
Thanks.